Welcome back, True Seeker. Sorry about the late start. I'm being a true Cancer over here. A true Cancer. My astrological sign, I'm just barely a Cancer. I'm almost a Leo. They call us cusps. But yeah, it might be a lack of sleep, or it might be for doing this for 13 straight years and just showing how evil this shit is as people get sacrificed. But my eyes have been like a waterfall over here. Maybe it's being a parent now too, but it's just it's just so sick how this goes on and no one seems to care. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'm going to take that back. Simple Truth TV showed me that a guy is emulating my work on Instagram. He's literally copying me word for word. And man, his videos are getting like upwards of 20,000 likes, not views, likes, millions of views. And I'm thinking, man, how is this dude copying what I'm doing and getting all this appreciation for the work? He is literally copying me word for word. So maybe the word is getting out there more than we know. But yeah, it's just, I mean, this goes on every single year. Every single year, just the way the bodies hit the floor. Lil Jon's son found in the pond. You remember we'll get to it. This is all synced up with the hit song, yeah, with Usher and Ludacris. And of course, they just performed that 2 Super Bowls ago. And Lil Jon just performed at the Seahawks game where they blew out the Niners 41-6. We're going to see just how perfectly synced this is with the fall of the House of Usher, the series put out by Netflix based on the Edgar Allan Poe story. I'd forgotten that they put that out 2 days from Usher's birthday the other year. It's perfectly synced. It's crazy how they do it, man. If you haven't seen The Fall of the House of Usher, I highly recommend you watch that series. It's so well done, and it's about how if you want to be famous in this world, you got to sell your soul to Satan. And you have to watch your children die before you die. So, yeah, we'll look at this. And then you got the death of the Super Bowl, or excuse me, not Super Bowl 60, but the 1960 NFL champion is dead 2 days before Super Bowl 60. And he's from Wilmington, North Carolina. You guys know what the college team is in Wilmington? They're the Seahawks. Yeah. We'll touch more on that because he played for the other Washington team as well as the Eagles, who did beat the Patriots in Super Bowl 52. We covered Greg Olsen's brother earlier, but that video hardly got any views, so we'll touch on it again. Again, Scott Laidlaw died in recent days, Super Bowl 12 champ. We'll cover that as well. When I was in the gym today, I don't know how they did it, but in my playlist, the DMX song came up from his first album, It's Dark and Hell is Hot. I Can Feel It. You know that song that he does to the who's the drummer guy that sings? Famous song. Feel It. Coming in the Phil Collins. Phil Collins. I like that. I like that DMX song to the Phil Collins music. It inspired the thumbnail for today's video. But anyway, we got to go back and look at what they did to DMX. Remember, it was the coldest ritual of all for Brady winning the Super Bowl at age 43. If you forgot it, we'll review it. And this 21 list just keeps on growing. We'll cover that as well. But let's start right here with the death of 27-year-old Lil Jon's son, DJ Young Slade. It's so twisted how they do this stuff, you guys. Again, if you ever read my first book, Letters and Numbers, I get into why this 27 thing is so important and how all these 27 musicians who've died, and technically he's a musician himself, and he's the son of a famous musician, Lil Jon. If Lil Jon counts as a musician, he's more like the hype man on a million songs. But he does say yeah in the hit song Yeah, which was just performed at the Super Bowl 2 years ago as they announced his death 2 days before this upcoming Super Bowl. And yeah, Lil Jon and Gematria equals 27. I don't know how many times people can roll their eyes at this knowledge. Ritual equals 27. It's 27 days after the anniversary of Yeah coming out, which came out 22 years ago. Again, they performed at the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Lil Jon, Usher, Ludacris, the guys on the song. Ludacris's birthday, September 11th, like the Patriots come in 9-11 versus the Seahawks all time. And for you younger guys, you might not know, but Ludacris got famous like right before 9/11 happened. He had that fantasy song. I want to say that I know that that was big my senior year of high school. So like 2000, 2001. But yeah, dead at 27 days after the anniversary of Yeah coming out, which probably in terms of commercial music's probably one of the 20 biggest songs of the last 20 years, probably easily. That's why it was performed at the Super Bowl. And, that performance, it was on the Vatican's birthday. And we'll get to how this is clearly synced up with the Vatican. Notice from the performance to Lil Jon's son being found in the pond, 727 days. Kind of looks like that 27 number, doesn't it? Super Bowl this year is in Santa Clara, 2772. You might recall the Smash Mouth singer, Smash Mouth, like terminology for football. He died in Santa Clara the other year before the Niners went back to Super Bowl 58 versus the Chiefs, which is the same Super Bowl that they performed at. And today's 2-6. In the year 26, Usher equals 26. They're saying that he did this to himself, but then they're also showing that he looked really happy right before he died, and he was hanging out with another, commercial artist, Bow Wow, which equals 101, the 26th prime. In other words, saying it doesn't really make sense, does it? It doesn't really make sense. He's all happy, and now he's all dead. Supposedly did it to himself. But look at this. From the Fall of the House of Usher, which came out 2 days before Usher's birthday. Usher's got that 10-14 birthday. Like this year, we got number 10 and number 14 playing each other in the Super Bowl. Look at that. From the release of the Fall of the House of Usher. I put the wrong thing up here. It's 121 weeks in a day. So it's 121 weeks in a day later. But Blood Sacrifice 121. It's also 67. Again, that 6-7 meme, the kids don't know what they're saying, but we've been covering this from the beginning. It's one of the first patterns I locked into when I learned this. I was like, man, this number's everywhere with death. Blood sacrifice, human sacrifice, satanic killer. Water is also 67. He's found dead in a pond, so he died in water. Blood sacrifice. Again, if you're new here, these are the 4 base ciphers of the English language. Alphabetic order with numerology, reverse alphabetic order with numerology. You run it in reverse. Blood sacrifice is 257. That's the 55th prime. That's how old Lil Jon is right now, 55. 86. Today's 86 days after the Superior General's birthday. And the Fall of the House of Usher, again, came out 2 days before Usher's birthday. And Usher's birthday is the day in history that this Superior General took office. 1014. The Gematria of Satan. Again, the Fall of the House of Usher is set in 1980, and it came out on the day leaving 80 days left in the year. Again, on New Year's Day, 1980, a brother and sister sell their souls to Satan so they can be rich and famous. The sister decides to never have any children, but the brother has a ton of children, which, when you think about it, it's like, man, he's selfish as hell, because the deal they made with the devil is they have to watch all their children die before they die. So that's why the sister decided to never have children. But the brother has a bunch. So you get to watch all of his children die in this series before the devil comes to take him. And I mean, just look at it. Satan 55. The story broke of the son's disappearance on the 35th day of the year. The Massachusetts governor, she's going to turn 55 the day of the Super Bowl with the Massachusetts team, the Patriots, in it. Don't forget, Brady was in Super Bowl 55, and they had the weekend come down with glowing red eyes like a fallen angel, like Satan. 55 is the 10th triangular number and the 10th Fibonacci number. Of course, the Patriots quarterback is number 10. But yeah, Lil Jon, from his birthday to the news today is 20 days later. Remember, death, time, seasons, and cross, all 20. A lowercase t is a cross, the first letter in time. Again, if you're not familiar, the cross is, before the Catholics adopted it, it was the pagan symbol for the seasons. So they said that the sun disappeared on the 34th day of the year. Remember, murder equals 34. So does SUICIDE. So does black. He disappears on the 34th day of the year. Now he's dead today, officially on 34 date numerology. And we covered this the other day when we talked about the disappearance and the story breaking. Nathan Smith is the son's name. Look at the overlap with sacrifice. 46, 170, and 62. Today can be written 6-2. The 6th day of the second month. DJ Young Slade 187 homicide code like Society of Jesus. You know, Usher's 47 now. Speaking of the Vatican, Vatican equals 47. Vatican also equals 25. You might recall the Super Bowl score on the Vatican's birthday where they performed. It was 47 total points, 25-22. Chiefs over 49ers who are hosting this year. So Usher's 47 right now. Usher makes me want to start a revolution. You make me want to start a revolution, Usher. It's so sad that these celebrities just can't find the courage to speak out. I know they'd probably end up in the lake next, but if I was them, I would do it, man. I'd be like, you know what? I mean, Usher's been on top of the world since I was in middle school. So he's had a good 30-some years of celebrity attention. Dude, the only thing left to do is speak out and start the gravy train of everybody speaking out against this evil. You guys can all end up in the lake. It would be the right sacrifice to sacrifice yourself to help end this evil. They won't speak up because they're afraid of ending up in the lake next. But you know what? You're going to end up in the lake. You're going to end up in the lake when these people say your number's up. And it could be as soon as tomorrow. We know the way they do it. And that's the thing that I hate about this world. If Usher drowned tomorrow and Ludacris drowned the day after, and then Lil Jon drowned right after, almost nobody would blink an eye. Remember, Brady just came out and said the only time he played in Seattle was one time. It's the only place he only played one time with his long career. His 23-year career, like Brady equals 23, he played in Seattle in 10-14. Now you got number 10 versus number 14. That was back in 2012, like Brady wore 12. Like this is their 12th Super Bowl, the Pats. Seahawks trying to win their 12th game versus the Pats. Coming in 11-9 versus the Pats. Like Ludacris with his 11th of September birthday on, yeah. They show a picture of these two from 2014, 12 years ago, right? NFL equals 14. So does slave. So does dead. It's always some sick racial joke. And remember, if you right there it just says young slave. See, if you drop the DJ, young slave equals 42. Like the news broke on the 4th day of the second month, like February equals 42, Black History Month, like slavery, like Tuskegee, like the N-word, on and on and on. And notice they gave you a black ref for Super Bowl 60. The big way, the N-word 60. The small way, it's 42. Not to mention 60 is the 42nd composite number. And also, you know what? The ref does wear 14. In the last game he officiated, the Patriots beat Houston. Yeah, it was the divisional round. The Patriots beat Houston January 18th. The last game that ref worked. Black ref for Super Bowl 60, if you didn't know it. All part of the racial joke. Remember, it's the 106 season, too. Black equals 106, like 106 in Park on BET. The small way, Black Lives Matters 106. I Can't Breathe 106. 16 black quarterbacks starting, the most ever at the start of the 106 season. But yeah, ice cold, man. 27 days after, anniversary release, the sun's dead at 27. Woo. Yeah, Sonny Jurgensen dead at 91. You guys remember when the Washington Commanders changed their name to that from the Redskins to the Commanders, which equals 91 in their 91st season? Again, this guy played for Washington. Remember number 42, old-time player for the Commanders, black guy whose name equaled 91. The Commanders changed their name on 4th of February when Commanders alone's 42. But a longtime player who played for the Commanders was dead right after his name equaled 91. It was like days later. But yeah, look at this. Sonny Jurgensen from Wilmington, where the college team's the Seahawks, who won the championship in 1960, is dead 2 days before Super Bowl 60. And little pattern of 2 here. That's the one hope for those Seahawks. They're trying to get to 2-2 in the big game. But look at Jorgensen, forwards and backwards, 41 and 49, right? The Patriots are playing for their 41st postseason win. The Seahawks blew out the Niners, who are hosting with 41 points. And again, it's a rematch of Super Bowl 49 hosted by the 49ers. Jorgensen equals Super Bowl forwards and backwards. This is how they choose these people. Like I say, you watch the bodies hit the floor, it's because they got the numbers that connect with the game. By the way, yeah, the hit song with Usher and Lil Jon and Ludacris, yeah equals 39. Like this is a Super Bowl on the 39th day of the year. The last time they met, it was in Arizona, which equals 39. The last Super Bowl Vrabel won was Super Bowl 39. This is going to be the Seahawks' 39th postseason game, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, he's dead at 91. Washington Commanders 91. Again, he's from UNC or North Carolina, like Drake May. Wilmington, where the team is the Seahawks. He went by Sonny. Look at the overlap with Sonny and Seahawks. Isn't that so perfect? Sonny and Seahawks. He's got that 21, like we've been talking about, all the 21s on this Super Bowl. And he retired with the other Washington team. You got Seattle, Washington, and you got the nation's capital, Washington. He retired in 74, the same year the Seahawks were established. NFL champion in 60. And Seahawks established June 4, 74. They didn't play until the 76 season, but they were established then. He wore number 9. He's dead on 9-date numerology. One of the paths for today, which breaks down to 9, is 18. 2 plus 6 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6 is 18. He played 18 seasons. And it reminds us of the last time the Super Bowl was in San Francisco. Peyton Manning, number 18, rode off into the sunset, finishing his career with a Super Bowl win in his 18th season, opening the game with a free pass to number 81 for 18 yards as the secondary played 500 yards behind him to make sure his wounded duck of a pass could get there. Patriots trying to pick up their 18th win of the year, beating the Seahawks. And this guy has the same birthday as Kobe Bryant, August 23rd. Matters because Kobe's jersey retirement was December 18th, and that was the day essentially the Super Bowl was set ritualism-wise. That was the day the Seahawks had the crazy comeback on the Rams, and it was the day Trump declared the Patriot games. Sonny Jurgensen, 43rd pick of the draft. 43rd pick of the draft. Made a Hall of Famer in 83, 43 years ago. Football equals 83 and 43. Seattle Seahawks equals 43. Won their only Super Bowl with 43 points. Run it the other way, it's 92. He died at 91, thus in his 92nd year of life. And yeah, I mean, just, nobody questions these deaths because they're old. Some idiot will leave the comment, so he had to die at some point. Yeah, he did. Didn't have to die today. I'm pretty sure this isn't natural. Pretty sure this is another ritual for the Super Bowl. I don't know how much more obvious it could be. The champion in 1960, who was a career backup. Does it kind of remind you of Sam Darnold, who's been a backup a lot? Sam Darnold now with the Seahawks, having an amazing season. And then we've learned that Sam Darnold's grandfather, Dick Hammer, who played for USC as well, he beat Santa Clara, where the Super Bowl is, in 1954, 72 years ago. Jesuit order equals 54 and 72. Santa Clara equals 72. And by the way, look at what they just did here. This was their last basketball game yesterday. They played William and Mary. You should look into people who've done research on the William and Mary campus. There is a lot of weird occult stuff there. But notice William and Mary just kept the Seahawks on 19 wins. Again, Seattle equals 19. The Patriot games declared by Trump are in tribute to Charlie Kirk, who turned 19 years old the only day Brady ever played in Seattle. Seattle just advanced to the Super Bowl 19 weeks after the Pope's birthday, becoming 19 and 19 in the playoffs. Drake, the college basketball team the other day, just had a 19-point comeback. Is that a clue? Could we be looking at a comeback here? But, yeah, the 78 stands out. That's the 12th triangular number. All these 12s on the game. Again, Usher's full name equals 78. Born in 78. Again, 12th triangular with all these 12s on the game. Yeah. So, and Billy Ray Barnes, the 19th pick of the draft, just died, for the record. Billy Ray Barnes, drafted 19th overall, drafted in the same year as Sonny. Also from the Carolinas. Again, Drake May from the Carolinas, Mac Hollins, where they sent Bill Belichick. Again, all this ritualism. He went to Wake Forest, a demon deacon. And then Greg Olsen, who again played for Carolina in the last Super Bowl in San Francisco, loses his brother at 42. Chris Olsen, who has the same gematria as San Francisco and Satanic, in 50, like he was in Super Bowl 50 when they lost to the Broncos. And Greg Olsen, 31st pick by Chicago. Hello, Charlie Kirk, number 31, age 31 from Chicago. Charlie Kirk's death synced with the Pope and Superior General. We're in the time of the Chicago Pope, the 267th in the history of the church. Going with Greg Olsen's full name. Again, brother's dead at 42 from brain cancer. Greg Olsen, 42. Greg Olsen, number 88. The Super Bowl 88 days after the Superior General's birthday. Greg Olsen finished his career with Seattle. Again, it's obvious when you pay attention to why these people get picked. And Scott Laidlaw, his full name, Robert Scott Laidlaw, New England Patriots, forwards and backwards. And then his date of death, January 29th. This is the number the Seahawks fans are hoping for, the 129. Right here, Seahawks, 129. Right, Laidlaw dies on 129 and is born again on 2/17. He's got the same. By the way, that's the 48th day of the year. Like the Seahawks, the only Super Bowl they won was 48. But again, 217 looks just like New England Patriots. And by the way, just about the way sports are, every year we're showing you how they do sports crossover. Check out Joe Mazzulla, the coach of the Celtics. He plays a game today, and then he plays a game before the Super Bowl's played on Sunday. You see how his record's 215 and 82? 215 and 82. Theoretically, if he wins today and wins before the Super Bowl, he's going to be 217 and 82. Isn't that wild? Isn't it wild how many years we've shown things just like that? It's all one big script. And, Laidlaw wore 35, like Super Bowl equals 35, like football. The Celtics would end up getting the 35th win of the year. Tom Brady, 35. It's amazing how they do it. But yeah, when Tom Brady won his last Super Bowl, remember I showed it. You guys, that's I get frustrated with humanity because it's just I can't believe what's wrong with people. And it was the creepiest thing how I did it because I didn't do it on purpose, but I put out that really short video with the Black Rob Woe in the background. If you remember this, I think it's still on Gematria Effect Sports if you go watch. But I showed in the video how GOAT equals 43, which stands for greatest of all time, which equals 188. And I just showed how from Brady's birthday to Super Bowl 55 was 188 days after his 43rd birthday. And if you go back and look at the video and read the comments, assuming YouTube has it scrubbed up, half the people there says, what could this I don't even get it. What does it mean? And it's like, how can people not get what it means? I mean, are we this dense? Not to mention, you guys, that was Super Bowl 55, Satan 55. The Weeknd performed at halftime. If you don't know, The Weeknd literally flashes Satan on the stadium billboards where he performs. And what is it? Is it Fallen Angel that's also 55? Yeah, it is, because he came down like a fallen angel with glowing red eyes. Satan is associated, through the Baphomet symbol with being part goat. And don't forget about the Goatville killings at the Yale campus. But yeah, about DMX. Right after the Super Bowl, DMX is on the song with LL Cool J where he closes it out saying greatest of all time. LL Cool J has channel 43 on Sirius XM, but the song with DMX, and there's a lot of people on it, but DMX is on there and LL Cool J, and this was This song came out around the time DMX was becoming popular on the scene. LL Cool J obviously established for decades before this song came out. But again, LL Cool J closes out the song 4-3-2-1 saying greatest of all time. On 4/3/21, the news breaks that DMX is essentially dead. And remember, he would die 6 days later on April 9th, like Dark Man X, what his name stands for, equals 49. But that story broke 79 days after LL Cool J's birthday. LL Cool J 79, Vegetable 79, Murder 79, and more importantly, Tampa Bay, where Brady went down to and took the whole city to all kinds of championships, the Stanley Cup, the AL pennant, the Super Bowl. And nobody had ever done it before, right? Played in their own stadium for the Super Bowl. Brady the first to do it. We gave it to you for free before the season why it was going to be Brady over Mahomes. But it was too easy that year. They did too many rituals to just foreshadow what was going to come. Some years it's a lot easier to see than others. But yeah, LL Cool J, greatest of all time song, what they did to DMX. It's just sick, man. And yeah, DMX probably goes down as the realest hip hop star of all time because, I mean, he said it multiple times. He said it on his own albums. He said it on the movie Belly that he sold his soul to the devil. And he made the point all the time about how messed up this world is. And of course, he went into the whole ministry thing too, trying to get redemption. But yeah, wicked stuff. The video that I had linked here about it, they've made it private since then. That's too bad. But yeah, here it was. LL Cool J's birthday. And he was 53 at the time, big time football number. But yeah, 79 days after LL Cool J's birthday on 4/3/21. DMX is a vegetable. Yeah, that song ends with LL referring to himself as the greatest of all time. Yeah, and again, DMX is in Belly, and right at the beginning, he talks about selling his soul. Okay. And then here, just to add some more 21s, let's just keep doing it because we got even more here. It just gets even more mind-blowing. Again, you guys, the last time the Patriots and Seahawks met 0-49, it ended on the date February 1st on the down 2nd and 1 with Russell Wilson's 21st pass getting intercepted by number 21 as Brady picked up his 21st win in the postseason. And now, with the Seahawks being connected to the last 3 times we got a Pope, the Seahawks are in a Super Bowl. This Super Bowl is 21 weeks after the Pope's birthday. It's the 21st meeting of the Patriots and Seahawks. Drake May's trying to pick up his 21st career win. And let's see what else we got here. Again, remember the box score for Russell Wilson. 12 for 21, 21st pass Pitt. Again, here's Brady's record after that game. 21-8 in the postseason. 21 weeks after the Pope's birthday. Drake May, 20-12, almost looking just like Russell Wilson's box score. Both of these guys played college football in the Carolinas. Russell Wilson won the Super Bowl in his second NFL season. This is Drake May's second NFL season. A lot of 2 going on. Drake, 21-33. 33 is the 21st composite number. This is his 33rd career start in the big game. Number 21 for the Patriots, who played for the Falcons, who Brady had the 25-point comeback on 2-5, who this guy was born on the 25th. His name is Jalen Hawkins, which has the same gematria as New England Patriots in Seattle, 82, like the game date can be written 8th of February, 8-2. Get number 21 for the Seahawks, playing on the 60th day of his age. Give me a break. His name equals 87, like Seahawks. And Vrabel, 73 wins under his belt, 68 in the regular season, 5 in the postseason, 73 the 21st prime. Massachusetts, in the time of their 73rd governor, the Super Bowl on her 55th birthday. Dick Geron, drafted into the NFL in 73, dead a year to the day of the game in Massachusetts, dead at 74, like Vrabel comes in with 73 career wins as a coach. The game's in Levi's Stadium, named after Levi Strauss, who died in San Francisco at age 73. Pete Carroll from San Francisco, who I knew was a Super Bowl clue when the Raiders hired him 131 days after his birthday, like Super Bowl equals 131. I feel like I dropped the ball and I should have figured this out. But look at this, you guys. The last time the Patriots and Seahawks played each other was on Pete Carroll's 73rd birthday. Okay, Pete Carroll coached the Jets. Well, Pete Carroll coached USC, the Jets, the Patriots, and the Seahawks. Think about Sam Darnold, USC, drafted by the Jets out of USC. Now with the Seahawks, also was a backup for the Niners last year, where Pete Carroll's from, San Francisco. Don't forget Jets. They're made in Seattle. Boeing, the most famous U.S. Jet company. All Boeing planes on 9/11. Again, you guys, if you don't know, 1968 was the only year the Jets won the Super Bowl. Number 12, Joe Namath, Broadway Joe, who guaranteed the big upset. Broadway Joe, 1968, Jets Super Bowl season. The year 911 was made the emergency dialing code. World Trade Center construction began. Boeing debuted their jumbo jetliners. By the way, Boeing, their founders from Yale, just like the guy credited for American football, Walter Camp, he went to Yale. The Yale Goatville killings before Brady wins. George W. Bush, who graduated from Yale in 68. He's part of that 68 thing. 2001, A Space Odyssey comes out in 68. Not to mention 9/11 happened on the 68th day of George W. Bush's age. But anyway, all this stuff goes back to 68. Patriots were a newer franchise back then. So were a lot of NFL teams. Big expansion in the years before that for the NFL. But yeah, the last time they played was on Pete Carroll's 73rd birthday. Again, 73 is the 21st prime number, and that was exactly 73 weeks before the Super Bowl. I mean, are you kidding me? The Seahawks became 2-0 in that game. Notice they won 23-20, 43 points, like Seattle Seahawks equals 43. This year, Madden did the simulation for the Super Bowl on February 2nd, the anniversary of the Seahawks winning their only Super Bowl with 43 points. And the score of the Madden simulation was 23-20. But yeah, that game, 73 weeks before the Super Bowl on the nose. Again, 73, the 21st prime number. And yeah, 21's the 8th Fibonacci number, going with the game on the 8th. It's also the 6th triangular number. Another Seahawks narrative to drop the pass to 6-6. But yeah, Super Bowl 49 rematch, exactly 49 weeks after Malcolm Butler's birthday in the 49er Stadium. By the way, Eagles equals 49, who won the first game of the season remember the season began on the 4th of September. Eagles won the first game. Armani, the Eagle, died before the game. Again, there's so many parallels to this Super Bowl and Super Bowl 52, where the Patriots did get beat by the Eagles. Again, that one was all about 239, the 52nd prime. This Super Bowl is 239 days after Trump's birthday. Again, he called it the Patriot Games, 52 days before the Super Bowl. Yeah, there's more to study between now and game time. But yeah, don't forget, the Super Bowl is also 227 days after Mike McDonald's birthday, the 49th prime. Super Bowl and NFL 49. Again, you got two Michaels coaching. After Sean versus Mike was the AFC and NFC championship coaching match. Sean McVay versus Mike McDonald. Sean Payton versus Mike Vrabel. Again, Shawn Michaels, the WWE star, 60 years old, who won WrestleMania in a 60-minute bout. Every year there's a tribute to the WWE. It's crazy how they do it. But yeah, once again, the last time two Mikes were the coaches, Super Bowl 45, Mike McCarthy versus Mike Tomlin. Mike McCarthy now replacing Mike Tomlin and reuniting with Aaron Rodgers. That was Super Bowl 45, going with the over-under being 45.5 and the spread being 4.5 for this game. New England and Ritual 45. Brady retired at age 45. It's something else. And by the way, Brady is 48 years old right now. Tom, Seahawks, they're both 48. Seahawks only Super Bowl win 48. And then they lost the next year to Tom in 49. But yeah, that's the beauty of understanding the numbers, is to know where to look for a little bit more specific bets with huge odds. And because there is a super 21 narrative for the Patriots to win, and there's a 12 narrative for the Seahawks, you can use your imagination. You learn how to put together a smart parlay where you don't put too much on there. Again, so much opportunity to turn $1 into upwards of $100 or more dollars. Don't be the person in my comment section going, what can I do with this information? It just goes to show that you're drooling from the mouth and probably need to be put back in a special ed classroom. Again, the beauty of this knowledge is once you realize it's all numbers driven, you can start to think about where they might go with the game, the score, who might have some key plays, et cetera, et cetera. It's like last year, Super Bowl 59, it was the birthday of number 33 for the Eagles and number 26. Add those numbers together, 59. They told you all week there was so much money on Saquon Barkley. He didn't do anything, right? Because they just stole the public's money with Barkley doing nothing. But 33 had an interception, and he actually had a pick six. Had you taken him for a key interception, that magic 33, that was a nice payout. This is why you want to know the numbers, who's on the field, whose birthday it is, how many days from their birthdays are, what draft pick were they? You know what I mean? Certain numbers, recurring themes. And with regards to all the Super Bowl 52 parallels, remember the Eagles did beat the Patriots in that one, 41-33. So I got 20 minutes till I got to go get my daughter. I got time for 20 minutes worth of calls. All kinds of calls are welcome, additional contributions. I keep waiting for one of these NFL fanboys to call in and debate, but I don't know. They must just be too intimidated. All right, so yeah, I dropped the link there. Who's got anything to share? Got here late. You might just want to rewind to get caught up. And we'll see how many more bodies hit the floor between now and game time and, of course, in the days after, because it is the same thing every year. Every year I'm a broken record about look for the bodies. Every year it happens. And hold on. I got to take a look at who is this guy that's doing my content and getting millions of views just emulating everything I'm saying like he's my own clone. It makes it go, what in the hell? So this guy's making mad Skrilla off my work while I'm it doesn't even make sense. Why is he allowed? And I'm being fishy. The reason he's allowed to do it is because he's probably one of them. They know he's not going to go out like I do in front of Oklahoma City terror site on the anniversary in front of the World Trade Centers and drop nothing but truth bombs for hours on the street through a mic. That's why. Remember what happened to me when I went to New York? I got demonetized. My Patreon just overnight somehow half the people supporting it just disappeared. That's why. If you're not going to be a threat with the knowledge, they don't care. You're going to be a threat to the system like yours truly. Yeah, and more of you guys would actually get down for the cause. I'd probably be outside the Super Bowl giving this presentation live on the streets of San Francisco right now. It is harder for me, though, right now with having a little one. Mom needs a lot of help here. We both work full-time. It's a lot having a little one and working full-time. All right. For so far, I don't see anyone in the back. Did I drop the wrong link? Nobody's got anything to share? If you're in the chat saying I won't ever take your call, it really doesn't. I don't know if that's a bad robot troll. I mean, the link's dropped right there, buddy. Expose. Come on here, buddy. You can come on right now. Won't take your call. I mean, the link's right there to join. Comment's not making too much sense, buddy. I think I'm probably talking to a robot. What's up, Dave?
Hey, what's up, Zach? You might want to mute me for a second because I'm at the casino and they're playing a song. I don't want no copyright.
I can't hear it.
Okay. All right. So I got a few more things about Billy Ray Barnes.
Okay.
Him and
uh-oh. They got him. They got him. Hot Hand Dave. Usually, I never hear problems with his calls. What the hell? Dave. Somehow we lost Hot Hand Dave. That's too bad. Okay. Let me scroll the headlines real quick. We got Michelle and Barack up here. Top story. Trump removes racist video depicting the Obamas as apes. Have you guys ever seen my video from February 2016 before Super Tuesday explaining why Trump was going to be put in for the rigged selection because he was the most polarizing person and that's what they want in America? Just people fighting over nonsense, totally distracted, how Trump was the perfect circus creature. Yeah, one of a million correct predictions. For the guy barking away in the chat, I mean, prove that you're not a robot by clicking the link and coming into the stream. I totally welcome the debate. Come on and expose it all. We can't wait to hear it. Yeah, don't put too many things on a ticket. You put too many things on a ticket, it's a good way to not win. There's a lot of guys in this community. Man, I had 10 on there and just one of them failed. Yeah, should have just had those all broken up into 5 tickets with 2 things on there. You would have hit on 4 out of 5 tickets. Yeah, it wouldn't have paid as much, but it would have been a nice winning day. If you guys want more information that I'm giving you here, you got to join Patreon. You got to join the Patreon. Oh, I didn't see it. There was any super chat. My bad. He says, acknowledge my super chat. Levi's, anagram of Elvis. Elvis' biggest 1960 hit. It's now or never. Oh, I like that one, actually. That's one of my favorite Elvis songs, come to think of it. From anniversary of recording date to February 8th is 10 months. And you know, they call the Patriots new symbol, or newer, they changed it in 93, but they call that the Flying Elvis. Yeah, they do. So did you know that they call the Patriots symbol on their thing, that flag face, they call that the Flying Elvis. I got to look more into that. Yeah, that's interesting. Well, what's up? Open up.
Hey Zach, how's it going?
It's going all right.
Cool. I know I haven't called in a while. I'm just checking in. I heard the stream yesterday where Simple Truth hopped on and he mentioned the guy on Instagram. And I don't know if you remember, but we brought it up in the past that the guy, his name's Randy, and he's on the Patreon, and he regularly calls in. And
that's the same Randy?
Yeah, that's him. I told you that probably a month ago. That's him.
Their voices don't sound the same.
Yeah, he has a like you said yesterday. He started off just doing regular comedy skits, but then it's funny how I found him, because the guy that showed me his page is someone who's always been a skeptic of the Gematria stuff, and I've been sharing it. He's one of my former coworkers when I was probably like 18 working at McDonald's. I still talk to him, but I've been showing him the Gematria stuff for years, and he's finally starting to come around. And he's the one who showed me Randy's page. So I was surprised when I saw Randy's page. And then when I heard his voice, I'm like, damn, that voice sounds familiar.
Is it the same voice, or I got to pay more attention? That's right. I am remembering all this now. I had forgotten that, but okay. So it's the same Randy. Okay.
Yeah, that's him. And he calls in with good information. He does pretty good decodes on his Instagram page. And yeah, like you said, he gets a lot of likes. He gets a lot of views. So I think the work is moving more than you think, more than you expect, obviously, because on your own front, it seems, well, it doesn't seem like, but you are shadow banned and the numbers don't show it. But I mean, it's more out there than you think. So that is a good thing. But I was just calling to check in. I know you just came back, or you just went to the gym earlier. I'm leaving the gym right now. I just wanted to check in with you to see how your fitness is going, how your shoulders feeling. I know you said it's starting to feel better.
My shoulder's a lot better now. I had the setback with having the flu for a while, but it's over. I wish I didn't get the flu, because then I wouldn't have had any breaks, but I was out of the gym for about 3 weeks. It didn't seem to really make much of a difference, though, because when I went back, I was like, I'm still right about where I was, so I guess it's not that big of a setback. But no, it's been good.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And I was thinking a little bit too, like I know a lot of people learn from you, and when I was thinking about Randy's page, it started to make me think of, okay, why is no one shouting out Zach? And then I'm just like, why I didn't think of this earlier, but if I'm thinking like if someone mentions your name, what if that's the thing that, stops all their views? That's what I'm probably thinking. So
Yeah.
that might be why some people don't shout you out. But
Yeah.
I know anything that I put out, I always shout you out, always share your work. I mean, it getting stopped in the algorithm is probably a bad thing, so that might be the reason. But yeah, that's Randy. He's in the community. He calls regularly. He has great information. So yeah, that's all I wanted to call in. And
yeah, I might need to get a green screen behind me. Maybe that makes the difference. We'll see.
Yeah, and I mean, adding the comedy and the satire to it, that definitely helps. So there's different ways to convey a message. So appreciate the work and the people I know there's always new people who come in here. I see them all the time in the chat, and all they say is after hearing everything that you go over, like the sacrifice, people dying, the only comment they have is, okay, so who's winning? So who's winning the Super Bowl? I mean,
And if they'd listen,
these people.
Yeah, they're trash. It's just like I've been saying it for all my life. I mean, the average American's a piece of trash, and that's just a fact. If you guys don't know that, it's probably because you're a piece of trash. Again, this country sucks, you guys. They just go along with all the lies. Don't seem to care about anything that's righteous, justice, none of it. Just trash, human trash.
Yep. I agree with you 100%. And it's unfortunate, especially when those people who are trash are people who are close to you. But that's what it is. But yeah, Zach, appreciate your work. I'll always be supporting you, and I'm always here listening. And
all right,
thank you for taking the call.
Thanks again. Open up.
Yeah. Take care.
Yeah, take care. I got a few minutes. I don't know if this is the real one. Let's see. Is this Bali go backwards, or is it somebody pretending to be somebody else? Is it Bali go backwards? Oh, see, this is the lamest troll tactic. Just for the record, you guys, it used to be Pat the Patriot, and they changed it to the Flying Elvis, March 31st, 93. So the person's observation about Elvis might be worth looking into. Okay. 181 months after the Beastquake, 42nd prime. Yeah, that was up in Seattle. The Beast rules for 42 months. That's interesting. 49ers equals 42. What's up, Hot Hand Dave?
Sorry, Zach. I lost my internet out here. But so Billy Ray Barnes, he won the College World Series in 1955.
He won the College World Series in 55?
Yeah.
Okay.
He died 37 days before Sonny Jurgensen, since they were both on the same team.
That is quite interesting. Yeah, they both played for the Eagles and the Redskins. Now the Commanders.
In high school, he wore the number 45 playing football.
Okay. Dave,
So
I'm going to
there's
be in the background. I have to step away for about 20 seconds, but I'll be right back. I'm listening in the background.
All right. Let's see. A little bit more about Billy Barnes. He wore the number 33. 33 is the 21st composite. So there's that 21 again. Yeah, I think that's it for me. I just want to point out he was a college champion in baseball.
Okay, I'm back. The baseball thing reminds me that we got the 122nd World Series upcoming, and San Francisco, the 122 city on the 122nd meridian, so is Seattle. And, Russell Wilson, he was a baseball star and a football star. He also has the Carolina connection. So, yeah, maybe there's something else going on with that. That's pretty interesting.
Okay. The baseball player that died, What was his birthday? Do you remember?
Lolich?
Yeah.
Was it September 12th, or am I confusing somebody else there? I'll pull it
Oh,
up.
okay. Never mind.
Let me confirm. I'm pulling it up here. Yeah, this Portland sports star died the day of Portland's upset over Gonzaga. His birthday was September 12th.
Okay. So I have the wrong guy. The new Raiders coach, Clint Kubiak, he has that February 17th birthday.
Okay. The day
Oh, that 217.
Okay.
Filed off the 217 stuff. Scott Laidlaw, Jordan's birthday, the year of the horse.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. You're going from one goat to the next.
Yeah.
You know? Might want to keep an eye on Charlotte and the NBA then. I know their record doesn't look very great, but you know how they did all that stuff with Indiana last year, starting with Notre Dame? Maybe this is the Carolina year.
Well, I guess it's a thought just with all these Carolina-related deaths, but it feels more about what they're doing with the Patriots and Belichick, doesn't it? Drake May being from UNC and all that.
Yeah. Plus, Indiana had the Yale connection. You know, becoming 16-0, just like Yale did in 1894.
Right.
Or is it 98?
Yeah. That's a good point. 131 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you got UConn playing St. John's 3-2-2 as far as their rankings go.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Dick Duran also went to Yale. Mendoza was supposed to go to Yale. Then he chose Cal. I don't know, maybe something up with Yale this year as well, Zach.
There's always something up with Yale.
Yeah, that's 16. But yeah, that's all I wanted to let you know about Billy Ray Barnes.
Yeah, yeah.
I know Cousin Mar wasn't too high on him, but now it's coming about.
Yeah, yeah. You see what it's for. Yeah. All right, Dave. Appreciate it, man.
All right, appreciate you. All right, talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah,
all right,
bye. Somebody says, since I've lost so many videos, which one should we show someone who's asleep? I'd say any of them. I mean, I feel like if somebody doesn't wake up to a single, every video I put out should wake up somebody, unless they're retarded, and that's the real problem. You know, 90% of the U.S. at least is, by definition, a retard. We got Jeremiah, Leon, and Razor. What's up, Jeremiah?
Mr. Zach.
Yeah, what's up?
So I don't have anything on topic about the video. I really just want to ask you, like, because my first time the first video I seen of yours was the Kobe Bryant video.
Okay.
And that's when kind of everything like clicked for me. I want to ask you, like, what was like your like aha moment, I guess, where you like realized like the world is a stage almost, I guess?
I was about 17 and George W. Bush became the president of the United States in the state where his brother was the governor. After they told us for 3 months in the national news it was going to come down to Florida. And I was saying, how does that make any sense? Like, how do they know the election is going to come down to one state where the guy's brother is already the governor? You know what I mean? Like, what a joke. And then it did. And when he became president, I knew something was wrong because he was retarded. George W. Bush couldn't even put a sentence together. It's like, how's this guy going to be the president of the United States? He's a fucking retard. And when he did, I said, something weird's going to happen in this country. It's so obvious. The next thing you know, 9/11 happens, and it didn't make any sense. It was literally physically impossible what they gave us for the official story. And I noticed nobody blinked an eye. And I was like, not only is the president retarded, so is everyone in this nation. So, I mean, that was it for me.
Do you think it's just like a human nature to be led, I guess? Because like the point I'm making is your work is so obvious, right? And the shit you point out is like, you can't make this shit up, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it seemed like the majority, like you say all the time, the United States is fucking retarded.
Yeah, it is. It is.
What's your my last question? Where do you think this country's headed? Like, because you got the Epstein files coming out.
Which is, it's all bullshit. The whole thing's made up. It's all a joke. Epstein's a man of mystery. All this is this kind of stuff's really going on in the world, but then they create the fake story, so everyone's all distracted with, "Ooh, Epstein." It's like Epstein. It's fucking nobody. They made up this story. That whole Epstein thing is bullshit. That's why every single detail about it is just encoded, just like all the rest of the fake news they give you every day. I mean, they just added fucking Russell Wilson to the Epstein files before we get the rematch of the Russell Wilson Bowl. I mean, this is a joke.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, that's all I wanted. Thank you, man.
All right. Yeah, later, man. Yeah, everything in the news is fake, you guys. I mean, there might be some stuff in your local news that's real, but nothing in the national news. Everyone's so obsessed with Epstein. It's all fake. There's nothing real about the Epstein story. Zip, zero, nada. What's up, Leon Hicks?
All right, Zach, this is my first time calling, man. I just wanted to know, I wanted to add a 21 to the list. If you check all the games that was played on NBC, the Super Bowls on NBC, and it's 21. This is the 21st.
Wait, what? Okay, all the games played on NBC. How's the 21 work there?
This is the 60th would be the 20th first, and if you go back and check,
wait, hold on. This is gonna be the 21st Super Bowl on NBC.
Yes, sir.
Oh wow.
Yes, sir. And watch this, Zach, and the Patriots, I think they lost every one on NBC.
I got to look that up. That's
what I've been trying to call in all day, but I was at work, so I thought I'll call in now. This was my first time calling. I've been here since the what Super Bowl was it? Patriots. I'm not Patriots, but the Broncos and
Niners.
Broncos and Panthers.
Broncos and Panthers. That one.
I've been riding with you ever since, buddy.
It's been a good ride, hasn't it?
Man, I love you. Hey, man. But you already know everybody in the world think we crazy.
That's because they're dumb.
I'll let you see my face that I'm a black man and I'm with all this. I'm from Compton, California too. Just to let y'all know. Yeah. Hey, yeah, I just needed to tell you that other 21. And who did I like was I still think I like the Seahawks though, man.
You know, it's crazy. Super Bowl 21 was won by the Giants, the kryptonite of the Patriots, with 39 points, because there's a whole lot of 39 on this game, too. 39th postseason game, again, for the Seahawks. Vrabel hasn't won since Super Bowl 39. It's going to be the Seahawks' 39th postseason game. Interesting. I love that find. I got to look into these Patriots history on NBC. That's a new thing to look into.
It's going to blow your mind, man.
Where can I get this list of Super Bowls hosted by NBC? I got to find this right now. I'm not going. Sorry, daughter, you got to wait. Hold on here.
I've been trying to get this to you all day, man.
Well, I'm glad you did. Hey, this is a good one. All right, here's the list, you guys. Here's all 21 right here. Okay. 28.
Hey, and the killing part, Zach, I found this before you was even talking about the 21s, because I remembered the Super Bowl from Malcolm Butler, and I'm like, let me see. I was like, that's crazy, 21, and it's the 21st Super Bowl. Oh my God.
The last time NBC had a Patriots Super Bowl was the year they lost to the Eagles. See, that's why I'm mad, you guys. I told my community I thought mid-season it was going to be Patriots and Eagles, and it's the damn Patriots and the other team that's an Eagle, the Seahawks. If only I had decided to measure for Malcolm Butler's birthday, I probably would have seen it. Okay, this is interesting. Yeah, the last time it was here, the Patriots lost to the Eagles. And there is something about Trump, who's a Patriots fan, not going to the game. I keep thinking about that. Let's see. 45. So 42. That one they lost to the Giants. Okay. Now they had Super Bowl 39, and the Patriots definitely won that one.
Who was that against?
Eagles.
Oh, okay.
Wait, hold on. I might be doing bad math, though. Hold up. I'm not rested right now. I might be doing bad math. Hold up. 18 was 8 years ago. That had to be Super Bowl 52. Okay, so they definitely... I got to start from the top. All right, they lost Super Bowl 52 on NBC. All right, this would have... Oh, wait. This would have been...
They lost to the Giants. The Giants.
Oh, they had Super Bowl 49, so that's where the Patriots beat the Seahawks. That was Super Bowl 49 right there. So the NBC actually had Super Bowl 49. They also had 46, where the Patriots lost to the Giants. 43. They had 43. That's was that the Cardinals and Steelers one? All right, so those are the Patriots era ones. They had 52 or 52, 49, 46. And yeah. So they've had the Patriots have been on NBC 2 times and they're 1-2. They're 1-2 on NBC. The only one they won was Super Bowl 49.
They wasn't on there in 85 Bears when they played the 85 Bears.
Oh, hold up. You're right. I'm thinking in the Brady era. My bad.
Okay.
What was the Drew Bledsoe Super Bowl where they lost to the Packers? What number was that?
I can't remember.
I got to look it up real quick. I don't see the 8. Hold on. I don't see the 85 Super Bowl up here. Or wait, no, because that was. No, they did. Okay, never mind. That was the 86 Super Bowl. So yeah, that was the 85-86 season. So yeah, they were on here when they lost to the Bears. That's also correct. And let me see what year was 31. 31 was Packers over Patriots in 97. They didn't have that. So they're actually 1-3 on NBC for Super Bowls. 1-3. If they do lose, they're 1-4. That's like NFL's 14, Sam Darnold 14, trying to become 1-4. So that's something to think about. But the only one they did win was Super Bowl 49 over the Seahawks. How interesting. All right. I'm going to put a lot more thought into that. I appreciate that tip on this being the 21st. It's crazy how they do this. And don't forget, I told you guys in week 3 when I did that video on Charlie Kirk, I said that the clues are here. I said they always do something major with week 3 in the Super Bowl. That was the ritual for Charlie Kirk on the 21st of September. Patriots did lose to Steelers that day, 21-10. So anyway, I'm going to put more thought into that, but that's a great find. $1 million find. I appreciate it, Leon.
All right. Anytime, Zach. Get with you later.
All right, man. Take care. Thank you.
All right.
1-3. We got to think about it. Are they going 2-3 or are they going 1-4? Brady's 23, retired after 23 years. I'm going to look more into Chris Collinsworth, the creeper. The one thing, again, I told you guys earlier, look it up. Look up Chris Collinsworth highlight from when he was a rookie in the NFL. He was bragging about how well he was hooking up with 14-year-old girls. Like, as a 20-year-old dude, you're bragging about hooking up with 14-year-olds? That's weird. But he was probably told to say that. NFL equals 14, so. Someone says, add artificial intelligence to your 113 list. We've been aware of that one for quite a while. I'm pretty sure that's in my last book there, Number Games. Talked about the pandemic and the rise of AI and the intelligence. But appreciate it. So, yeah, there's another 21 to study. The 21, maybe it might be smart to look up what the entire record is for the NFC and AFC in all 21 of these Super Bowls. So much to do. The first ever Super Bowl was 66-67. NBC had it. That was obviously Packers over Chiefs. Super Bowl 3 was Joe Namath, the Jet, who wore 12. 5 was that the Chiefs over the Vikings? I got to go back and they had the Super Bowl the year Brady was born after this Super Bowl in 77. Yeah, I think this is a great assignment right here. Do the research on the record with the NFC and AFC on NBC Super Bowls. And one other thing about NBC is it does equal 19 like Seattle, but that didn't work out for them the last time they hosted the Patriots. Seattle 19, NBC 19. NBC 10 like Drake May's jersey too. Yeah, I'm going to think a lot more about that one. That is something else right there. I can't believe it, but I can. All right, I do got to get my daughter too. Thanks again, everyone. Thanks again to everyone who hits the like and the share. If you guys want more intel, we're going to be doing way more on the Patreon this weekend. And again, if you just want the live broadcast of the Super Bowl, $5 tier. It'll get you a month's subscription if you just sign up one time, and you'll get all the $5 Friday streams as well. So we'll leave it there for now. And until next time, True Seeker.